What's going on? Welcome back to Over the Horizon. I am Justin. I'm DMing today for my side of the first video. Jasmine kind of explained it last week, or last couple weeks ago. She's going to record one and post it the first week of the month. I'm going to record a second one and then post it 2 weeks later. But anyways, we're starting my side today. Real excited about that. What I'll have you guys do is introduce yourselves and then introduce your characters and have a fun fact that goes along with it. So I'll let Kay start us up.
Hi, I'm Kay and I'll be playing Lexxi Garcia, who is a tiefling fighter. She's always late to all of the classes because she couldn't care less.
Go ahead, Jeff.
My name's Jeff, and I am playing Logan Sinclair. And Logan is a rogue, sort of emo character. Okay. I guess one small little tidbit about him is that he's somewhat of a closet pyromaniac.
All right, go ahead, Codie.
My name's Codie. I'm playing Mathias Grave Warden. Playing a grave. What am I? A cleric? Oh, something. A little bit of the thing about my character is he has a pet wolfhound he goes on walks through the forest with.
Sounds just about right, honestly, from what I've seen from your character. All right, so I'm going to start the session. So let me know when you guys can see the map. It's huge, by the way, so don't be like completely shocked.
Oh my God, it's a big canvas.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So the first thing, before I even give you what we're starting with, the first thing you have to do, just like every other student in the world, you have to pick where you're sitting in the cafeteria. So we're right in the middle of the school. So if you zoom in, you can kind of see the different groups of people. So you get to pick where you want to put your person.
Oh, shoot.
Of course, D&D Beyond is going to give me problems.
Oh, of course. For those playing along, we've got like some of the band kids. Oh,
is this a choice?
Can
I like slide over and no?
You could.
I mean, I'm kind of a little bit. I mean, maybe I don't know. It's either that or I'm just gonna be like, man, I don't want to be a joiner. I guess I'm probably gonna be here, just away from everyone though. If I'm gonna be there, that's where I'm gonna be.
Your own little world. So for those playing along, we've got the band and like those kids, band and chorus. You got the athletes, jocks, cheerleaders, a couple of the more high level academic kids.
Oh wait. I missed this whole table.
Yeah, you get
here.
this side. Okay. There we go. That's right.
I missed that table. My bad. I mean...
we got the stoner out back here and the quiet freshman, the mean girl, and the Boy Scout down below, and then the country boys that my truck's bigger than yours type of situation right there. So
that's my final decision.
In between the stoner and the smart kid.
Yep.
Nice.
End of the table.
All right. So that's kind of what I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm glad that was the case. Things are going good. All right. So here we go. By the way, not a writer. Wrote this myself. The year is 2026. It's a brand new school that has been built on a tiny island in Maine called Pine Island. The community that rallied behind its school after many years of rundown, crappy school buildings finally rebuilt a beautiful new school. It's lunchtime, so we're joining the middle of the day in a typical cafeteria at New Horizons High. You hear chattering teens, yelling, making inappropriate noise, and then you also see something flying through the air. Oh yeah, that's flying food. A food fight has started. It's not an uncommon occurrence in New Horizon High, but after Principal Myers suspended the last group that started a food fight, you wouldn't think that somebody would risk it. Then again, this is high school. In the midst of the chaos, we look around and start to see different groups of friends huddling together. The jocks, the nerds, the goths, the emo kids, that one stoner kid, the popular kids. Everyone is trying to hide behind or around tables and chairs till this all dies down. All of a sudden, a big booming voice from a man who is disheveled. His button-up shirt is halfway tucked in. He's got a balding comb over that's standing up like a rooster currently. Glasses just slightly offset, and his pants are just a little too loose. The room then freezes after the booming hey, and then out of the crowd of kids, a slice of pepperoni pizza comes flying straight at Principal Myers. Smack, right in the face. The pizza hits him, and then falls to the ground. Principal Myers then turns red as the pizza sauce that is now dripping from his face. Out of the crowd, or out of his mouth, comes the words that nobody wants to hear. Logan Sinclair, Mathias Gravewarden, Milo Brackett, Alexia Garcia, my office, now. What do you do?
I am just sitting in the back corner. You see Logan Sinclair. He's got jet black hair. He has dark eyes. He's dressed all in black from head to toe. He has sort of a black Nirvana t-shirt on, sort of situation going right there. Currently, in the chaos of everything, he is kind of leaning back in his chair to the side, and he's reaching into the back pocket of the smart kid that's sitting behind him, just trying to steal a wallet and take advantage of the situation that's going on.
Roll for sleight of
He
hand.
hears it a little bit, yeah. I mean, we don't have to, I mean, I'm not worried about it. He hears his name, he immediately,
Gotcha.
stops, turns, and I'm assuming it's pretty loud, right?
Oh yeah.
It's pretty loud. And everybody turns to look at him, right? I mean, at least the people at the table. And he just gets up and goes, "Oh, God, I didn't even do anything this time." Fine. And he starts to sulk up sort of down that way and head over to Principal Myers.
For Lexi, you just see in front of her lunch is also just an array of things that she has taken out of her bag. So she has like lip gloss, she has snacks, she has lotion. You would think that there would be like books or anything that she needed for school. No, there isn't. What you think is a pencil is actually eyeliner. And you see as she rolls her eyes at her name being called, and she starts like packing up like all of her things, while like muttering under her breath, like, "Oh, this is so stupid." And after she's done grabbing all of her things, she pushes out her chair pretty aggressively, and she stomps her way to Principal Myers.
Mathias is sitting at the table, reading from a large book. In front of him is just like a bottle of water and maybe some mixed trail mix. And as the principal yells out our names, I kind of stop what I'm doing. I look up and look over from my book, and I kind of just slowly put the book away and under my arm, and I leave my shit on the table, and I just walk out over to where he needs to be.
All right, so he brings you all to his office, which is over here. Go ahead and move your characters down into that little corner.
Just for me, can we get a little description of characters? I mean, we got like the scene, but how about the people themselves?
For you guys or for the people?
Like, what does Lexxi look like?
Ah.
What does Matthias look like?
Mathias is a reasonably tall at 6 foot. He's got kind of. He looks like he's early set, like old man. He's got like the gray, white hair. He's dressed in like a long, as you can see, a long black. Not a long black. I'm not wearing a trench coat. And like a bomber jacket with a furry collar, and an old band T-shirt underneath, and some assortments of like necklaces.
Gotcha.
Lexi is 5'5", but she also wears heels, so that gives her an extra 2 inch, so 5'7", and she wears a suit top and has like skinny jeans on, and she carries this like tote, kind of like a tote bag with her. It's like more of a bigger purse with her, and she always has like a full face of makeup on, always has her nails done, and a bunch of jewelry like on her arms, like bracelets and like necklaces and stuff.
I'll explain Milo since you're writing stuff down. Milo is a 6'2", skinny. He's kind of a solid kid. He is definitely an athlete. He is the stereotypical All-American football player. Currently in the school, he is the best quarterback that they have ever seen. And he's got that All-American smile with all the bright teeth. Just, think that TV kind of character.
Is he an NPC or is someone playing him?
He is an NPC.
Okay, cool.
Why does he look like Ron Weasley?
Kind of does, doesn't he? Do you want to explain what Logan looks like, or I think you?
I kind of did. Yeah, I kind of did with mine. Yeah, if everybody's good with it. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So in the office, you obviously can see there's he sits down in his chair, and this is not like a super young guy. He's been around the block a couple times. He's actually getting pretty close to retirement age, and you can tell just by the way he acts. He's ready for his job to be done and out of here. But around him, he's got many books that he probably hasn't opened in 50 years. He's got, a nice big wooden desk that's got the computer, because this is 2026, so he's got the nice big computer. He's got the tiny keyboard that for some reason that correlates. He's got a small picture that you can't really tell what's on the picture, but it's there. You can see the back of it. He's got a nice table that Mathias is sitting at, and then he's got a nice leather couch that you look over and you can see Milo is sprawled back, feet up, just kind of taking it in as he's chilling on the couch. As we walked in here, you did notice that there are a couple other offices. So you have, how do I write on this thing? You have, this office is the nurse's office. You have this one is the assistant principal's office, and this one is the secretary's office. And so when we walked in, we passed all three of them. All of them, doors open. They saw you come in, and they're not crazily surprised, but they are a little shocked with the names that came in. So Principal Myers sits down and looks at you all and has that slight uncomfortable second of time between the start of the conversation and just looking at you to kind of like size you up. And he goes, "What are we doing? The other day, you all were sitting in the classrooms doing nothing and being totally fine, and now you're throwing food and throwing pizza." And he's wiping off, as he's sitting there, wiping off the sauce that he had on himself. And Lexxi, you of all people should know better. You are, always dolled up and always the best, and I'm doing my best here. And he's trying to make a friend out of this. He's trying to like limit that, but sorry, I forgot names for a second. And he looks over at Logan and he says, Logan, if you were the one to throw the pizza, because I don't know who exactly threw it, but man, if you were the one to throw the pizza, you should be on the baseball team, realistically. So I don't know what you're doing with yourselves, but like you got to figure yourselves out. And you know what happened to the last kids, don't you? And he kind of like questions because it is a bigger, like kind of bigger school.
He's just like picking his nails, you know, ignoring him, not paying attention. He's not going to answer. He's just
Kids nowadays, man. Oh my goodness. Milo, you understand. And Milo kind of sits back with a big smirk and he says, yeah, I know. They're kids are going to be kids and they're going to do their thing. And then Principal Myers looks at Mathias and says, Mathias, I'm shocked by you. I would not have put you in here.
I'm going to, because I'm reading my book again. I kind of put my bookmark back in and I look at him. I'm just like, I'd be honest, you really don't know why I was called. I was eating my lunch and reading my book. I don't know what happened in the cafeteria.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? That nobody knows what happened. And over again, that's the story that I get. Sitting in this chair, listening to you guys go, I don't know. Well, he did it. I did it. I'm just so... Why can't you guys be more like Milo? He's the perfect kid. He never gets in trouble. And the reason that he was in here is because he is that example. So why can't you guys look up to Milo sometimes?
Why would I want to be a teacher's pet?
Milo is going to scoff.
Really? Man.
Yeah, well, lame is what gets you through school. And currently we're looking at some struggling students. And you all have connection. I don't understand it because all of you have connections through him. You've got, like Alexis, your best friend is her boyfriend or her girlfriend. Brianna and him are like thick as thieves. Like you know him and Logan, you I know you've been struggling, but like Logan, you're his like locker buddy. I don't like, I figured he'd be a friendly guy to you. Mathias, you like, from what I hear, at least from the teachers, you and him are like project workers all the time. You all work together on science projects that involve nature and stuff like that. Like, you would think that you'd get some sort of something from him.
You mean the projects where I do like 99% of the work?
I don't know who does the work, but I assume that it's a duo thing, you know?
Are you just gonna continue this? You're like really committed to being super annoying right now? Is that what we're doing?
Annoying. Well,
fantastic.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I'm glad that you think that's the point that I'm trying to get across here. All three of you, I'll just let you know right now. I don't know what happened in the cafeteria, but all three of you, and before he could finish his sentence, you hear the bell to go to the next period. But he doesn't stop talking. He said, the bell's going off. So he's all three of you. You hear the bell, and then he says, "Detention after school."
Do you want me to sit in my usual seat or someplace different this time?
I don't care where you sit. Just make sure you're there. Go to third period, and he's gonna just wave you away. All you guys have the right to pick where you would like to go. Each teacher has the subject connected to their name, so wherever you think you would go for that period, go ahead and put yourself there.
Can I go hang out with Tim the Tech Man?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so
Sorry.
Who's director Fred?
Band.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that like Fireman Fred?
Similar.
And Tim the Tech Man.
So when you get there, Kay, where would Lexxi go and why?
Um, she Lexi would go to her third period would be social studies. Um, just because that's on her stupid schedule. Even though she doesn't really care about history at all, because it happened already, so it's dumb. And when she comes in, she always sits in the back middle of the desk. So at least that way she's like hidden for most of it, so she can do her own thing.
Okay. Logan, where would you go and why?
So I think my next hour is English or math. My next hour is math. Okay, but I don't want to go. And so I try to slip in very sneakily to the back of the art class so I can just sit and draw and, like do whatever. So I'm trying to sneak into, the back of that class unseen and just kind of skip class.
And then Mathias, where would you go and why?
The science for this period, quite frankly with you, quite a few of my classes are science, deep interest in like the science and like forestry and all that stuff.
Let's start with Lexxi. So you are in social studies, history, with Coach Wallace, and Coach Wallace, the bell goes off, or we walk in a little late, and Coach Wallace goes, "Well, well, well, where were you?"
The principal's office. Duh.
Okay, these kids. Oh my goodness, as he's doing this, he's like stretching out his joints. Like I don't know if you've ever seen Big Mouth, but like the coach on Big Mouth and doing that. Well, you know what? Today we're gonna watch a film, and I'm sure Lexi's gonna love it. I know she will. We're gonna watch a film on the history of football because he's also the football coach. And so he turns it on. He's got the smart screen up and ready to go. And he turns it on and he says, "If you guys don't know what the history of football is, this is a great one to watch, I promise. And maybe later we'll watch the Super Bowl from the 1950s. It's going to be awesome."
And Lexi just rolls her eyes and goes to sit in the back and just pulls off her phone.
Perfect.
And then she takes out her makeup and starts like redoing her makeup.
Do you and Bree have the same schedule, or are you guys different schedules?
Same schedule.
Same schedule. So Bree would be in here too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna add, just so you have. I'll let you carry her around. If I could spell.
Beautiful.
There. I assume she's right next to you.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. So we'll jump over to the original spot of Mrs. Smith's math class, and she's up at the board teaching away, and then she realizes she has a thought process of like, there's not enough people in this room, so she kind of looks into her desk and looks at the computer and says, "Oh, we're missing Logan," and she looks up to the class and goes, "Oh, class, have you guys seen Mr. Sinclair? Have you guys seen him?" And nobody in the room even like remotely cares. They just kind of do their own thing and are on their phones and laptops and that kind of stuff. And she kind of goes, "Well, I guess he's just missing class today. This is like the third. Maybe we should get somebody out to his house and make sure something's okay." And right next door, you have Miss Pink, who is our art teacher. Miss Pink is doing her thing, and this character specifically, I'm so excited you chose art, because this character, if you've ever seen, when I thought about this character, have you ever seen Harry Potter and the I don't remember her name, but the glasses with the puffy hair. That's the picture that I have in my head of who this character is. So she is cuckoo. She is like excitedly cuckoo. And so she's
Do I
going
need
around.
to stealth check to get into the room?
Oh no,
Do
no,
you-
no, no. Miss Pink loves you.
No.
You are
Perfect.
one
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
just
best students she's ever had. And she goes around the room looking over the different things and goes, "Oh, Logan, very happy to see you."
Hey,
Sorry.
I'll just go and sit down.
Yeah. And she's gonna follow you to your seat, and she's gonna. What are we drawing today?
Same thing I always draw.
Oh, I love your drawings. They're always so dark and mysterious, and I just can't get over how awesome they are.
And I just flip open my book, and you see like picture after picture of like forests, dark forests, and there's like a shadowy figure in all of them. And sometimes he looks like he's menacing, other times he's just like standing there, unseen, no face, just a silhouette. And I just take out like dark, like charcoal pencil or something and just start drawing on another page.
She's gonna kind of lean and obviously see what you just explained and say, "Oh, as the kids say, that guy's aura farming, isn't he?" And then,
No.
and then she's gonna like happy walk away to the next student and kind of start a conversation down there.
Doesn't even realize that I'm not in the class. Just, love it.
All right, now down to our science. So this character, she is she's not new, but she's newer. Her name is Miss Azy. Unfortunately, early on in her career, she got a unfortunate nickname, Miss Crazy. So every student knows her as Miss Crazy, not Miss Azy. But she hates it, and if you call her that, she instantly loses it. So she is up doing her class, getting excited about the topic, and she says, "Oh, I'm gonna go a lot of Canadian accents here, by the way.
Oh,
That's
God.
just my go-to. So, this specific island that we're on, this one was a new one when we first got Maine, and there was no wars ever, and then finally there was a war, and we ended up winning this one. You should ask Coach Wallace about that, because that was quite the story. And she's gonna look over, Mathias, what are you doing in this situation?"
I'm casually taking notes, but also at the same time casually kind of just spacing out a little bit.
Okay.
Where she's crazy Miss Azy. I'm it's kind of hard to pay attention to what she says sometimes.
Well, she says, "No wars on this island. You want to know why? Mathias, do you have a guess at why there was no wars on this island?"
It's because of how secluded we are.
No, you would think that, but it was because of how many pine trees are on this island. That's why we're called the Pine Island. Isn't that crazy? That's so cool. And then she's going to say, "All right, class, open your book to page 165 about pine trees. You are in a nature class. Surprise, surprise." And she goes on and on about this, about how pine trees are, the best thing ever, and how the state of Maine has the most pines, which she has no backing to, but she's excited. And then finally she gets over to you, Mathias, and says, "Mathias, are you paying attention?"
I mean, this is no new information, so I'm taking casual notes, but for the most part, maybe.
Okay. And she'll go back to her class, but as soon as she back to her desk, but as soon as she gets to her desk, you hear a knock on the door, and she waves the person in, and the person is Mathias. Steps through. Well, maybe. Come on, do the thing. There we go. Mathias steps through.
Milo.
Sorry. I'm struggling pulling the map around. Well, he steps in.
Or you clicked on something on the left
Yeah,
side? Like
I was.
Yeah, unclick it. Yeah, there you go.
So he steps in and he kind of looks over at you, Matthias, and says, "Hey, we need to talk." And looks over to Miss Azy and says, "Is it okay if I take Matthias?" And she's like, "Yeah, if he's ready to go."
Ready to go.
I mean, I want nothing to do with you when I'm in class right now. Why would I go with you?
Well, I promise it has something to do with sorry, accent. It has something to do with the with what we just dealt with. He's trying to be like sneaky and not say that you have detention, but
I'm gonna ask Miss Azy, is it fine if I go?
oh, absolutely. It's, you said you know most of this stuff anyways.
All right, then I'll pack my stuff away, get up and follow him.
All right. So he brings you into the bathroom, weirdly enough.
What a freaking! I'm not even going all the way in. I'm just gonna freaking weirdo.
And he goes, that wasn't cool that he like gave you all detention for that when it wasn't even. I know you didn't throw it. That wasn't cool.
Why is this important to talk about now?
Well, I mean, I see you as a good friend. You helped me through all my stuff, and I know I probably could have stood up to him, but I just, it wasn't kind of like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know if I'd call us friends. I would acquaintances at best.
Well, I definitely think that we could change that, and I hope that in the future we can see each other as friends rather than just acquaintances. And then after a long pause, do you have anything that you would respond to that?
No, because I have like almost zero interest in talking with Milo.
He goes, so anyways, Coach Wallace says that I'm not allowed to play if we don't get a good grade. You're in that class, right? That's history.
I mean, yeah.
Do you think I could like borrow some of your work every once in a while? Help me through.
I'm just gonna sigh, a bone dry, soul tiring sigh. The only way you'll get my notes and my stuff for that class is if you actually start helping me on our projects.
Oh yeah, I could absolutely do that. No problem.
And I'm not talking about just talking at the end of it. I mean actually doing the research.
Oh, that's easy work. I got you.
You're gonna shake my hand on this. It's not just gonna be we're gonna come to a gentleman's agreement with this. Sorry, my other character's bleeding into this one a little bit.
He'll reach out his hand, no problem. Go to shake your hand.
I'm going to take his hand. I'm gonna not lightly take his hand either. Like I'm gonna put some effort into it. And it's like, if you do not help me, I will take all my notes away.
Done.
And then I'll tell the teacher that you're not doing anything.
For sure. That seems fair. That seems like the right thing to do, And, we're good moral people. We do the right thing.
So you say.
When he releases your hand, he's going to say, Matthias, you got a pretty strong grip. Have you ever thought about playing football?
Why would I want to play football?
It's a lot of fun. A lot of exercise, Coach Wallace
running
is
up
great.
and down a fake field for hours sounds tiring.
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of it. You get tired. It's good. It's good stuff.
There are so many more things I would rather do with my time than to play football.
In that moment, when you finish your sentence, you hear a knock on the door. It says, "Anybody in there?"
I'm gonna walk out the door and go back to class.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad.
No, it's didn't mean to hit you at the door, sir. Just using the bathroom, heading back to class.
Is anybody else in there?
I think Milo is in there. I'm not all that sure.
Okay, good. And he'll just kind of idle there for a second as Milo does his thing, and then leaves. Oop, didn't mean to
Oh.
grab the stoner.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
No, that was me. As Milo is heading back to class, on Coach Wallace's door, you hear a knock. Coach Wallace says, "All right, come on in," and Milo comes in and, "Hey, Coach, how's it going?" "Oh, bud, it's going well. It's a great time. I aren't you supposed to be in class?" "Yeah, I just wanted to come see you. You were kind of on my mind. It's I miss talking to you, Coach." "Oh man, I can't wait for this season. It's gonna be great." As they're loudly talking over the video that's happening, and he says, "Coach, do you mind if I steal someone real quick?" "Oh no, not at all. Go ahead." And he looks at Lexxi and says, "Hey Lexxi, can I talk to you real quick?"
Me? You want to talk to me?
"Yeah, of course. Of course I want to talk to you."
Okay. Um, and she takes her time to get up. She's like finishing her last like text messages. She's like finishing up her conversation with Bree. And then afterwards she gets up and she follows. Anything to get out of watching stupid football.
While you're finishing up, if you were to take a peek, do you take a peek up at all at him to see if how he's reacting?
No,
Okay, perfect.
not at all.
Everybody else sees that he's making googly eyes at Bree and doing the whole like, hey, that kind of thing. But then,
Oh, disgusting. Hurry up, let's go.
so he brings you out in the hallway, and I was gonna have you go somewhere else, but we're gonna go down to the cafeteria again.
Oops, shut up.
Assuming that all of these kids are actually gone and they're not here. So he's going to say, "Lexxi, that wasn't cool in there. That was not cool of Principal Myers to make you have detention, you and the rest of that. Like, that's just not cool."
I know, right? I was not doing anything. I was literally reapplying my lip gloss. And do you think I want to get food on my outfit? No,
No, you're
not
doing
at all.
great. It's not, it would be dumb. It'd be stupid to even try to get food on your outfit. Like, it's, and he kind of, you can tell that there's something else on his mind, but he's trying to keep the conversation going because he finds it hard to talk to you.
Okay, so what do you want? What do you need?
Well,
And I'm probably going to tell Bree. So what do you want?
oh, that's fine. I've, Bree and I, I tell you what, Bree and, you know what I'm saying?
Focus.
Oh, yeah,
Focus.
my
What
bad,
do you
my
want?
bad. So I have a question about Coach K. Don't you have Coach K in any of your classes, the PE or health?
Yeah, I have him for health. Why?
Well, so Coach K said something the other day about how I can get stronger, but I need to be more confident in myself. And you actually kind of show off a lot of confidence in who you are. So I'm wondering if you have any like tips for me.
Oh yeah, actually I do. Just don't care. Easy.
Oh, interesting. Okay. How do you get there? Because like, I have an image I got to keep up, and
See, that's your problem. You have an image that you need to keep up. I don't care. So therefore, people can make whatever they want about me. And it's whatever.
Well, that sounds a lot easier than Coach K was making it sound. But all right, well, thank you, Lexi. Can you let Bree know? And he's gonna whisper, something in your ear that a boyfriend would say to a girlfriend, if you allow him to even get close enough.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, sure. I will let her know.
Sweet, thanks. And then he's gonna walk right out and go head upstairs. Huge map. Whoops. So he's gonna walk up the stairs and he's gonna go to Miss Smith's class, which is math, and he'll knock on the door. And Miss Smith annoyingly looks up and says, "Come on in." He walks in. He's like, "Hey, Miss Smith, I'm looking for Logan Sinclair. Is he? I thought he was in this class." And she goes, "No, I thought he was absent today. I don't know. None of them seen him. Did you see him today?" And he's gonna say, "Oh no, maybe he is absent." And he's gonna walk out and he's gonna pop to each room, looking into like the little windows. Logan, go ahead and roll like a stealth for me. I think it would be stealth.
Like a stealth check.
Yeah. He's looking to see you.
Gotcha. There's a 14.
Okay, good. He'll look in and look at the rooms, but you can't really see where you are. But you do see him. You see him kind of like pop in real quick and then pop out.
I think I kind of like, look up for a second and I catch him kind of peeking in the window, and then I just kind of, like put my head down and I tuck in my hoodie just a little bit more. Just, trying to avoid him.
So Milo's going to go back downstairs. He's going to head back to his class, realizing that he could not find all three of you. But over the intercom, you'll hear, pardon the interruption, Logan Sinclair, please come to the office. And then that's it.
And I just kind of heavy sigh, and I look up to Mrs. Pink, and I kind of give her that look like, do I have to?
Oh, go. It'll be okay.
See how she responds. Fine. And I grab my notebook and I head out. And I take my sweet time getting to the office.
What path are you taking? Are you like path of least resistance or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make it super difficult. I don't really know how this is all laid out, but yeah, is this like upstairs versus downstairs? Yeah, I think I'd go right down the stairs.
Okay.
And then I would where did I end up putting myself? Okay, so like I'd head down the stairs and then I'd come over to then I'd come down here.
Before you can get to the
I'd just
office,
watch it. Yeah.
You see the janitor coming your direction, and he's got one of those push mop with the bucket, and he's not looking up, he's just kind of pushing it towards you. He's like taking up the whole hallway basically. Do you do anything, say anything, or?
I think I just stop. Like right where I'm at.
Okay. He's gonna yep, go ahead.
See if he runs into me. You know what I mean? Like yeah. I'm just gonna stop and be like, you have to go around me.
He'll roll his bucket right up to your feet and kind of bump his bucket into your feet. It won't spill, but it definitely knocks a little bit of water onto your shoes. And he goes, "Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I did not mean to do that. Is everything okay? Are you okay? Like, do you need new shoes? Like I can get them for you."
Look, I was having a decent day. And then you showed up.
Damn.
Right in my way.
Oh, I'm so
and
sorry.
I just start walking. I just take 2 steps around him and start going.
Oh my goodness.
Right past.
That was brutal. So before you can get to the office, Principal Myers is back out in the hallway, and he sees you coming, and he stops and just kind of hands on hips. He goes, "Logan, you already have detention today. Why are you coming back down here over something that you have control over?"
I got called to the office. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, but you were called to the office because you weren't in class.
I was in class. What do you mean?
Well, Miss Smith marked you absent, and I know you were here.
Well, I wasn't in Miss Smith's class.
Isn't that what your next class is?
Yeah, but it's math. I mean, who cares about math, honestly?
Can you tell me what 100 plus 100 is? I bet you can't. So I just need you to show up to class. You gotta do your job. Help me get through my job to get you through your job.
Listen, whatever. Just what do you want from me?
I need you to start going to class. Otherwise, the detention that you got is gonna turn into a weekly thing, and I don't want to have to do the weekly.
I can't be in class if I get called down to the office.
Well, you weren't in class anyways. What's the? Are you not understanding what I'm saying? Like, I know you've been going through a hard time, but I need you to try.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Do you want me to go to class or do you want me to go to the office?
I want you to go to class. Go to Miss Smith's class. Make sure you're there for the rest of it.
I'm sure it'll be riveting. And I just turn around and start walking the other way.
The janitor, again, is mopping in the way.
And I just go, oh my God, again? And I walk around him.
Jesus.
And
I'm so sorry. So sorry. My bad.
And, okay. Then I 100% go right back to this door. And I would try to see if Mrs. Pink is still there. Like if she's she got a call from the office or something, whatever. I don't know. Like if she just
she's actively still helping a friend or another student.
I put my hand on the door. And to no one in particular, I just go, fine. And I go into math class.
Miss Smith is gonna, because that's just the type of person that she is, she goes, oh, I see. Okay, good. You are here. I'm glad to see you here. Go ahead and take your seat. And kind of usher you to sit down where you'd like. Yeah, surprise, surprise. And so you all are sitting in class. You go to your next one, or you go through the rest of the motions. The video that Lexxi is watching is just absolutely riveting. She is so locked into doing her makeup that she could not tell you what even Coach Wallace was even saying. You've got the Pine conversation that Mathias was sitting through, actively taking notes, some might say, turning into more of a discussion about how little trees are made, and she's getting more and more comfortable, or more and more uncomfortable. I apologize. And then you have obviously math and how that goes. I'm not going to even try to explain math because that's just not something I'm good at. So, you hear the bell for fourth period. It's the final period of the day. All three of you, please head over to our English wing or English class with Mr. Crenshaw up in the top right upstairs.
Looks like I don't have far to go. This is like a science classroom.
Yeah, I didn't look at what was in it. I probably should have switched the science in this one, but we're here now.
Here we are, yeah.
Just a little understanding of Mr. Crenshaw. Mr. Crenshaw is a legacy teacher. His mother taught, his grandmother taught, his great-grandmother taught. He has been through it all with all of these people. And so even in his class, because this is the class that was handed down each generation for some reason, you have the picture of the most recent Crenshaw to retire up next to the door. So his mother is always watching him, and he is very proud to be a mama's boy. He is teaching you guys about books and how the stories that are in the books can mean so much to different time periods, and how back in the day, back in when his mother and grandmother and all them were teaching, books were becoming more and more difficult for people to read, and so people had to adjust, and there was a whole bunch of hubbub about books and stuff. And then eventually he goes, "Okay, class, now it's time to do a group project," and he'll pull up a random generator on the board, and he pushes go, and it's a project of 4, or for 4 people, and you see names pop up every now and then. It'll be somebody, maybe your friend, maybe somebody that you're acquainted with, and then eventually you come down to there are 8 people left, 5 of you guys and 3 others, and you see on the board Milo, Mathias, Logan, and Lexxi, all in one group. Bree is in a different group. How do you handle that, Lexxi?
Mr. Crenshaw, excuse me.
Yes, Lexxi.
I know that this was like not your fault, but can I be with Bree instead, please?
So in our class, and this is a conversation we have every time you're in here with Bree. We like to spread our wings and become better birds when it comes to dealing with English and learning how to be good human beings. And the random generator is a great way to do that. So we're gonna stick to our groups. I know that doesn't make you happy, but we're gonna just do our best and go from there. Okay?
Fine, but I just want you to know that I hate this generator. Not you. The generator.
Yes, I understand, and I appreciate the clarification of not me versus the generator. That does help me feel better about myself. So he has you guys all move over to Logan, so over in that corner, and Bree will join her own group. And the job is, or the project is, that you guys need to come up with a book from the 1980s that you would like to do some research over. Now, above table, Justin speaking, you're not going to have to do research over a book. I just want you to pick out a book from the 1980s. So you guys can pick any book. Just let me know when you have that book decided on. Milo instantly suggests the history of all football players from the 80s. But that is your guys' choice of if you're going to go with that.
No, we are absolutely not doing that, Milo. It is not just about football. Okay?
Milo, the book of history from players that played in the 1980s is not from the 1980s.
What? Huh?
What? No, it has to be written in the 1980s.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. That's yeah. And he's gonna look over at Mathias and say, "Yeah, that's what I meant, right?"
I think we should do It by Stephen King.
I would prefer that we do Toni Morrison. He's pretty all right.
Well,
like Beloved. Beloved is good. It has some creepy vibes for you if you are into that.
Isn't that book like racist or something?
Aren't all books in the 1980s racist?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Hasn't everybody like already read like Ender's Game or something? We could just do that. Didn't we do that like freshman year?
Something like that. Mathias, you're always carrying around a book. Thoughts?
I don't read fiction.
Oh.
What do you
read?
I read historical autobiographies.
Ugh.
Why?
Because I don't want to forget.
Oh. You know, whatever helps you sleep at night.
I mean, we could do Hatchet.
What is that?
Book about a man, or not even a man. It's a book about a boy who gets lost in the Canadian wilderness. I think it's from the 80s. Hold on, let me double check. When did this come out?
Above table, I think it is from the 80s.
I was like, read that book.
I know that's one of the ones I read in high school.
It has been a minute. Currently, my English class at my school is reading this book. So
yeah, it's 87.
87.
Yeah.
I would be like, I mean, anything with an accent seems pretty good to me. I don't know.
Weird. Okay. Sure. A boy gets lost. Easy.
This whole time, Milo is very much not paying attention. He's staring across the room to Bree, and is tuning you guys all out. He's kind of like, doing the, hey, what's going on? Hey.
Is he leaning in his chair?
Oh, big time.
I'm going to kick the back legs out of his chair out.
To get him to fall, or
get him to pay the fuck attention. Because we just had this conversation.
He is going to hit the ground. He's gonna hit the ground, and then stand up and try to fix it. And he's gonna stand and lean on the chair, and then you'll hear Mr. Crenshaw say, "Milo, go to the office," and he's gonna send Milo to the office. So now, whatever you guys decide will be what Milo has to deal with.
Nice.
Nice one, Mathias. Nice one.
I mean, it's not like he's going to be any help anyways.
No, of course not.
I mean, I'm good with Hatchet.
Yeah.
Above Table, it's a good book, though.
So Mr. Crenshaw says, okay, cool. Everybody's got their books. I need you to write a 3-page essay over what the book is about. You guys need to split it up fairly amongst the 4 of you, creating a slideshow that is going to be due in a couple of weeks, and he's going to give you the rest of the period to kind of work on your projects as you will, and then
you got this, Mathias. Yeah, my Chromebook's not charged. I didn't know we needed anything.
Oh, you need a charger, and Lexi's gonna start digging through her bag, and she's gonna take out like all of her makeup and her snacks. No, not that. Oh, I know what's in here. Hold on. And she's gonna just keep searching for like a good 5 minutes.
Lexxi, you're not helping. You're not.
You needed a charger. I have a charger. Don't worry.
This is why out of the 2 of you, I like Legend better. He wants to be helpful.
And I snatch it from her and then like pretend like I can't figure out how to plug it in, or I'm just wasting time, at this point.
Mr. Crenshaw comes up to your group and he says, so you guys chose which book again?
We chose The Hatchet.
Oh, I love The Hatchet. The Hatchet was one of my mother's favorite books. You remember my mother, Mrs. Crenshaw? She retired a couple years ago, and he'll point over to the picture of his mother on the wall, and he'll say, she would have loved having you guys in her class. I know she would have, and she really, really enjoyed
Mr. Crenshaw.
Yes,
Mr.
yeah.
Crenshaw. It's so great that you have this whole like legacy thing and whatnot. And I kind of like you, and I would like to keep it that way.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Bye. And she's gonna go back to like putting all the things back in her bag.
Oh, okay. And he's just gonna like look at Mathias and say, "Did you like? Do you like this book?"
I mean, yes, it's a good book.
I'm just gonna kind of mutter under my breath. Wish I had a hatchet right now.
He's going
Just-
to act very much like he does not hear you.
Oh, you need a hatchet? And like you start pulling
Stop.
her bag.
Lexxi,
She's
hey,
gonna realize
These people.
the class period's just about to end. You probably don't want to have all your stuff out when like it's. You can put it all back. It's okay. It's not your bedroom. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. And then she's gonna start putting it back, but then as she does, she's gonna before she puts back a lip gloss, she's gonna reapply. And when she grabs her eyeshadow, she's gonna reapply.
So he goes back to his seat. Another couple minutes go by, and then finally you hear the final bell of the day go off, and then you hear over the intercom, all people with detention, please head to Coach Wallace's class for detention, and the detention bus will be back by to pick you all up. And so everybody who has detention has to end up there.
gotta phase through walls real quick.
Where's the door?
You're currently outside.
Oh, it's down here. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I get it. Oh, in between the two. I just am avoiding going in. I'm just sort of sitting out in the hallway. Got my notebook, maybe my headphones on, like music, and just sitting in the hallway. Kind of where I need to be, but not exactly where I need to be.
In the time that it takes for you guys all to get there, you hear over the intercom, we need a janitor to the gym, please, janitor to the gym. And as soon as you get there, the janitor comes running around the corner and bumps your shoulder.
What are you doing?
They called me to the gym. I gotta go. Like, yeah, why are you just sitting here?
You're a grown man. Why are you running? Who's dying?
I don't know. That's why I have to go to the gym. You heard him. I have to get to the gym.
Just let me be.
Okay. I'm so sorry. And he'll run off to the gym to deal with whatever that was. And then you also see
This janitor's my nemesis today.
You also see Principal Myers and Milo coming around the corner. And Principal Myers stops and says, Logan, what are you doing? I told you you have detention. Go into Coach Wallace's room.
I can't even.
Yeah.
Fine. And I just come in and just stand. I just shut the door, like on him, and just right inside the door, and then just shut the door behind myself.
With the door closed, you will see Principal Myers and Milo, because all you gotta have a good angle at this. You will see them talking. Myers getting kind of a little annoyed, but you also see Milo saying something along the lines of, if you actually, isn't there a way you can read lips? What would be a good role for that? Like observation?
I think just perception.
Perception. Okay, go ahead. All three of
in
you
this
roll
case.
perception.
Oh, come on. That's a 9 for me.
I get a 12.
What did you roll? Okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. It is not letting me proceed. Hold on.
You're so locked in on whatever's in your bag.
She
Yeah.
perceived nothing.
I'm too busy looking through my bag, I guess. Hold on. Beautiful.
Nope.
I got a dirty 20.
Oh, perfect. So
Beautiful.
Logan, because you walked in back to him, you don't see this thing being mouthed, but you, depending on the response of the other two, you could potentially understand what is being said. Mathias, your angle is a little blocked, so you only see part of this. And then Lexxi, you are like if you were standing right next to him, you couldn't see it any better. But you see Milo say, I know, or mouth, I know, I will become their friends, I promise. And then he goes and walks in and opens the door, trying not to bump Logan. What do you do, Logan?
Why are you here, Milo?
Oh, I got detention. It's,
You got detention?
Yeah, no, the the principal, or when Crenshaw sent me down, he gave me detention.
Oh, fine. Well, come on in. There's plenty of space.
And Milo will walk in, and he's gonna go up to this desk right here and start chatting with Coach Wallace. I forgot to do a little thing here. And then a couple seconds later, Principal Myers comes in, and he stands in the front of the class and goes, I know that this is what everybody wants to be doing after school, and some of your guys' faces are a little too common in this room after school, but Coach Wallace has some things to do that you guys don't need to keep putting on him this detention. Like, you guys definitely need to smarten up, and specifically those you new faces, probably should think about your actions and maybe get yourself a new hobby or something, because currently getting detention, not the play. Yeah, so stay until the bell, and then we'll see you. We'll hopefully see you for a better day tomorrow. And he's gonna start walking out.
Kind of lean over to Mathias and say, Coach has got better things to do. Not likely.
I mean, it's the first time I've heard of it.
The mean girl is gonna overhear you and say, "That was so funny. Coach is an idiot."
You can turn around now.
Oh God! And she's gonna turn back and be on her phone again. Coach Wallace will stand up and kind of move himself to here, and his conversation with Milo has kind of died down, but he's gonna look back towards Lexxi and the stoner kid and say, "Oh, hey, Lexxi, you remember that video that we were watching? That was so fun to watch. You remember that? The one about the football?"
Yeah, sure. Throwing and catching and whatever.
Yeah, no, that's, it's great to work as a team. That's the big thing is they weren't just throwing and catching. They were winning as a team, and that's what you need to do.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Coach Wallace, I think, I don't know the mean girl's name, but I'm going to point to her. I think she said that she was really interested in learning about football, but she doesn't really know, like, who to ask. So I, just thought that because you're so knowledgeable that you could tell her all the things. And she loves details. So, yeah. Could you help her?
We're gonna
Persuasion.
Oh, I actually kind of like that idea. Yeah, go ahead.
Persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some charisma.
Oh, I got 7, even though that's my Whoops.
Okay, I'm gonna roll just a contest here, if I can get it. Well, he got a 5, so he believes you fully. And he gets up and he goes over to Brittany here and is like, Brittany! Lexxi was saying that you wanted to learn about football. Oh man, we should get you as a manager on this team. And Brittany's gonna look back at you, and without any worries about what Coach Wallace is gonna say or anything, she's gonna double flip you the bird, and then look back at Coach. Milo's then gonna stand up and walk back towards the group again and say, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
Thanks for that. I like that.
Did we get our project done or started?
Oh, we picked a book.
Yeah.
We talked about how awful you are.
Oh. Awful. I am. That kind of feels like a harsh word for, I thought we were at least acquaintances.
I mean, you're doing everything possible to get out of doing another project. So what else is new?
Oh no, that wasn't my fault. The chair slipped out from under me. I don't like. I wouldn't have fallen. Its floor was slippery or something.
Or maybe just pay attention.
Yeah, I was. We picked like
What'd we pick then?
it was like machete, or it was a book. We picked a book. That was what the job was.
No. I'm just gonna slam my head on my desk. Just leave it there.
He's gonna look at you and be like, "Man, he'd be a great football player."
Hey, Milo. So I know you have like a reading level with like a 3rd grader, but we're really gonna need you to do this project because I only do the bare minimum, and I can't pick up your bare minimum. So you should help us, or yeah, just because remember, Bree tells me everything.
Yeah,
like everything. Like everything.
Everything?
Everything. And she leaves out no details, even if some of them are kind of disgusting. So, yeah, you should help us. Do your part.
Yeah, no, I definitely will. Me and Mathias, we had a talk the other day, and we were both going to do our parts, and I was definitely going to be part of any type of group project. We're good. Or earlier today, actually, it wasn't even the other day.
Just say, are you challenged of the mind?
No, it's been a long day, man. It's
That was like an hour ago.
Well, there's a lot that's happened, and then he's gonna lean close to you two and try to like hide what he's saying. He's gonna say something along the lines of, "So, like, I've been trying to be nice with Logan, but like, is he like, what? Do you guys have a good relationship with him or something? He does not seem to like me."
I wonder why.
Me too. That's why I'm asking. Do you think like maybe there's like something that you guys could say and help me build a relationship with this guy? Like I think the four of us could be good friends.
Why are you so insistent about being friends with everybody?
Why not? There's nothing wrong with that.
It wouldn't happen to do with anything that. And I know I didn't see it fully, but it wouldn't have to do with anything that you were just talking to the principal about, would it?
No, he was telling me how I needed to get better at following the rules, and that he was pretty disappointed in me. The stuff that he was telling you guys, basically the same thing.
Has anybody ever told you that you are a terrible liar?
Roll an insight check. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Yeah, no, you right. You right. Oh, that one's cool. Pulls
Do
it
you want to
in.
know what dice that is?
What is that one?
It's Golden Vault.
Oh, that one's sick. He's gonna say, I don't know that anybody's ever told me that. I don't try to lie. It just kind of just happens. I just like being friends with everybody. And
Oh, you got so used to lying that it's just second nature now.
well, Lexxi, what were you telling me earlier about, like, I gotta be confident? Like, I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
Am I?
Don't care. This is you being defensive. Just don't care. Who cares what Mathias thinks?
Oh, yeah. Who
cares what Logan thinks?
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Oh, yeah. And he's gonna yeah. And he's gonna.
So I guess you don't want those notes then, do you?
Oh, well, no. Hey, now we don't gotta get all dramatic here. Like, I think everything's fine. We're all good fun. We're friends. We're friends. There's nothing wrong with what's going on with us. I will stop lying to you guys, and we'll be good. Everything will be fine.
I think Logan sort of looks up from his notebook that he's been sketching in here at this point, and just looks at him and says, "Why are you trying so hard? What's going on?"
So, and before he can get a sentence out, Coach Wallace stands up and he says, "All right, guys, we're going to turn on this video, and you guys need to be quiet the whole time." And before he could get the video to start, because he doesn't know technology well, he's from the old school days of rolling in the big box TV and putting in a VHS. And before he can do that, the bell for the buses to pick you guys up will go off, and that is where we will end our session for today.
Nice.
I'm going to stop recording now.